stream. I'm LB Hackema, and you're watching GGK, or G Game Nights, as it's known on everything else. We are going to be playing a wonderful one shot of Monster of the Week today. Since we are down in Alex, we are could not do Squire Squad obviously because he runs it. Cannot do the Burbs because he's half of the cast. So we're doing a quick little one shot to kind of supplement and get together still and play things. Quick announcement for everybody: just make sure you're keeping an eye on the GGK Twitter. So you know if there are any updates. This week should go as planned, as normal. Tuesday or Thursday, they're doing their short series with the interim of their Magic's game, and then Friday night is Neon Souls. Saturday is not Mistborn this week, or it is Mistborn this week. Danae, are you playing this week?
Yes, Star Powers this week.
Star Power on Saturday, Slaying 201 on Sunday, and then back to their D&D game on Monday, and then we'll be back here doing something, one of our games. Who knows? But we're going to go around the cast and have everyone introduce themselves, and then I'll give a little bit of backstory on what we're doing, do some character stuff, and then we'll get into the game. So let's start off with David. How can everyone find you? What you doing?
You can find me pretty much here. That's pretty minimal social media.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, tonight just playing Camiel the Divine.
Yes.
Or Cam for short.
Love it. And next up is Danae of DanaeKeener.com.
Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com or at Danae Keener on Twitter. Tonight I'm going to be playing as Jackie Lopez, they, them, and I go by she, her.
All right. Last but absolutely not least, Tyler.
Hi everyone, I'm Tyler. At Frothy Inferno on Twitter is where you can find me, where I've been spending too much money on character reference sheets recently. So if you like to see that, come on by. Tonight I'll be playing Dustin Fleetwood, goes by he, they, and he is the Spellslinger playbook.
Perfect. And I'm LB Hack'em. I'm going to be your keeper for the evening on this probably goofy and silly ride. I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. I will not be paying attention to chat because I have too many windows up already. Apologies. But we're glad you're here. And yeah, so we are going to be playing a Monster of the Week one-shot set in the wonderful town of Alta, Wyoming, which is just on the outskirts of the Teton Mountain Range on the western edge. The city of Jackson Hole is on the other side of the mountain range where most of the Teton Mountain National Park is located. That's where all of the foot traffic usually goes, unless you are one of the hardcore hikers and you want to go to the table, which is part of the Teton Mountain Range. The town is very small. It is about, what did I say, like 500 people. Right now, the time period we are setting this in is 1991, which is just 10 years from, or 11 years from the Burp setting. So we're going to have to think about what came out when, of course. Cellophane is definitely a thing in this time. And phones are around, but cell phones are around, but not plentiful. So yeah. Let's get into our character creation because that is a big part of Monster of the Week. Have you guys all played Monster of the Week before?
I think I've played it as a play-by-post, and we did not get very far.
Oh, we did! I was in that!
Yeah, I was running it, and then I let it die.
You let it die!
Listen, yeah, play-by-post are hard.
They are. Yeah, so it is a system light game, very much like our Masks system. Different move sets. This is a little like a percentage more involved as far as the setting goes, but it is basically Buffy, Supernatural, that sort of Monster of the Week genre, where you are playing hunters. Who are going to find a monster and deal with it in a certain way. There is nuance to it every time, whether it's a creature that is attacking for protection of itself, if they just want chaos, or if they are actually malicious and just trying to kill people because that's what they do. So yeah, I mean, if you watch our Slaying 201, you know exactly what you're getting into. But for our players, we'll take it easy, we'll take it slow. If you have something you want to do, as always, just say, this is what I want to do, and then I'll let you know what you need to roll. But yeah, let's get into our characters. David, do you want to let everyone know a little bit about who you're playing? Like, tell us a little bit about them and what their personality is like, what they do. You can go over your moves, that sort of thing.
Okay, yeah. So Cam is the divine playbook, and so he is an angel who's been sent here to protect our two other friends here to some regard. And you guys said we've known each other for a while, yeah. So
Yep.
you would know he will not tell you why or to what purpose. He never lies. And
Okay.
just generally tries to not sin, but is relatively unforgiving towards monsters and things of that nature. Has a flaming sword. Openly brags about having kicked Adam and Eve out of the Garden of Eden. And other than that, just a real cheerful friend who his moves are boss from the beyond. So at the start, I will roll that, and I get to basically ask a question from, investigate a mystery, and I get some kind of side quest I have to do.
Tell me about
Angel,
your boss.
God.
Okay,
He
just
is Christian God.
yeah.
Oh, a
Capital
little
G.
guy named God. You might have heard of him.
You might have heard of him. All right, cool. I get to literally be God tonight. All right, I'm down. I'm here for it.
Yeah, so on a 10 plus, I get to ask the question, and my superiors ask me to do something small. On a 7 to 9, they ask me to do something very difficult. On a failure, they ask me to do something very difficult, and I don't get to ask any questions. Yeah, so that's fun.
All right.
I got angel wings, which let me go anywhere I've ever been before or to anyone I know well instantly. I just can teleport.
Love that move.
And smite. My body and divine weapon always count as weaknesses against the monsters you fight, and my unarmed attacks do 2 harm. Yeah, that's my moves.
Hell yeah. All right, Danae, why don't you tell us a little bit about your character?
I feel like that's a hard act to follow up. My character's name is Jackie Lopez. They're a jackalope. Yeah, Jackie Lopez is the monstrous playbook. I took the so like I don't really get class moves, but I do have like certain ability. I get abilities and curse and like a curse. And so I also have like natural attacks. So the abilities I picked were preternatural speed and shapeshifter. So I'm super speedy, and I can transform from a humanoid form to a jackalope and back again. And like, if you don't know, a jackalope is a cryptid that is the combination of a jackrabbit and an antelope. And like jackrabbits are already kind of huge, so I figure like you only have to like size it up maybe like just a little bit to like put it into monster category. And I actually like looked up I did some research on jackalopes and what their like typical mythology is, and evidently they're supposed to be really dangerous, so like they will fuck you up evidently. So look out for them. I don't know, like the combination of a rabbit and an antelope I did not imagine being particularly vicious, but we've got kind of a Monty Python situation going on here. Is there anything else that you want to know? I've got a knife.
What's their personality like?
Well, they haven't spent a lot of time hanging out with like humanity. They're they lean a little bit towards like the Fae side of like just sort of like chaos for chaos's sake. And like I think they're here mostly because they think it's fun, and also some like uh person to person, like personal relationship type stuff. So like they've gotten attached to these two schmucks, and they won't leave them alone. But their drive, I have called the call of the wild, and it's that sometimes like they just get taken over by a wild hare, and they must return to the wild for any given reason. For the most part, it's thunderstorms. Um, they are taken by the inherent eroticism of thunderstorms, and they must return to the wild. Um, and also sometimes bright lights. That also distracts them very much so.
Boys, this is gonna get fun. For what we have planned. For what I have planned. I is God. Tyler, let's hear about your character.
I'm playing Dustin Fleetwood, who is the Spellslinger playbook. He's a cowboy. He's a wizard cowboy, is his thing. He wears like a one of those old like intricately knit alpaca ponchos, a moccasin cowboy hat, and denim jeans. Obviously, he likes his blue jeans and his cold beer. Um, and he carries around a revolver, which is his casting foci. And under his poncho is a bandolier of his spells. So he loads up his revolver with a spell to shoot, and all of his attack magic is lightning. So really great for being friends with Jackie. As far as like class specific moves, his poncho is enchanted, so he takes -1 harm from any source that attacks him, essentially. He also has a shield spell, so whenever he tries to protect someone, he gains +2 armor against any harm. So I'm your, well, not your guardian angel, because that's Cam over here. I'm just some guy that's out to keep my good friends alive. And then last is could have been worse, which is whenever I use magic and it misses, I can either choose for it to fizzle and use up all the components, or this is gonna suck, which is the effect happens, but you trigger all of the glitches at once.
That would be so fun.
So
All right.
we'll see.
This is the reason an angel has been sent to protect us, because nothing else could keep us alive.
Absolutely. All right, so David is the only one with beginning of mystery moves, correct? I've said that. It will say beginning of mystery move on there. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna go through our histories. You're gonna pick one from your list for each person. So everyone will have two, one from each other individual. So yeah, let's go. Does anyone have? You all have your histories on your sheets. They're all specific for each playbook. What does anyone have one in mind for someone specifically, or should I call on people randomly?
Well, I mean, right off the bat, I think my guardian angel Cam acts as my conscience when the power goes to my head. When was the last time that happened?
Well, who's going to answer that question?
When was the last time
Yeah,
I acted
that's
as
a
your
question.
conscience?
Yeah.
When
Conscience.
did Dustin go off the rails, go too far? And this could be tied to another mystery you guys solved. This could be tied to like a day-to-day thing, but mostly they're just tied to like other mysteries. So like we can at this point make up whatever we want as far as like, oh yeah, we were fighting a vampire, or we were fighting whatever. So
I wield infinite cosmic power, and I try
no.
not to let it go to my head.
Uh-huh.
Maybe in the last thing we were doing, you're getting a little too mean with like an actual mortal person, and I had to step in and be like, no, we don't hurt them. We don't. They're a person. It's bad. Don't hurt them.
Maybe the real monster is people that turn against other people.
Absolutely not. Nope. It's just monsters. Monsters are the real monsters.
We know that
That's-
monsters are real.
I resemble that remark.
All right,
Alright,
so
that can be good.
all right. Anyone else have anything picked already?
I have one in mind for both of you.
Hit me.
Okay, so for you, I'm going with I'm specifically here to protect you as my mission, and I have to tell you this: you have a crucial role in what is to come. I'm here to guide and defend you.
Oh God. What could
Exactly.
possibly go wrong?
And so there's nothing else to that. I just have to tell you that. And
Well, who did you pick for that one? Is that Dustin?
that is Dustin. Yes.
Okay.
And for Jackie, I was thinking they are an abomination and should be destroyed. Except you can't. Work out why with it.
Oh well, that
Oh,
that
but you can't.
helps me with. Ooh, but you can't. Okay, the reason why
Mhm.
I'm Dustin's familiar.
Okay.
You're not allowed. Dustin won't let you.
It would hurt
Um,
Justin. It would hurt Dustin.
Yeah, and I specifically like think that jackalopes were not created by God. They were like I don't think they exist for like a wrong reason. Like I don't
Yeah.
know, maybe a wizard got like, it was all like, what if I put these two things together? Like something. It's unnatural. It's not holy.
Well, so can't kill you. So. Okay.
But you'd like to, wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely. You probably know it. Again, I never lie. So.
Sure would like to
love
kill
it.
you. Can't
love
Okay,
though.
that.
well, I've got a couple of different ones that would go well with yours, particularly with that kind of thing. Let's see. Um, well, it depends on all right. They tried to slay you, but you proved you're on the side of good. Ask them what convinced them. I feel like that might be cheating a little bit by like just sort of like taking the same thing and using it twice. Because I like to use these things to build more stories. What if there's another one where you saved them from another of your kind and prevented reprisals against that individual creature? Maybe it's another good one. Maybe it has a hold over you. It could be that I saved you from another jackalope.
Saved whomst.
Cam. I've got plans for you.
No.
I've still got to figure out. I've still got to figure out what I'm doing with Cam. Or you lost control one time and almost killed them. Ask them how they stopped you. Or yeah.
Okay. Ooh. I mean,
So
they all sound fun.
so either I saved you from another jackalope. I almost killed you. Oh, I kind of like this one. Because it implies character development. They saved you from another hunter who was prepared to kill you. Ask them what happened. Because I like the idea that you showed up and immediately wanted to kill me, and then later you actually saved me when Dustin wasn't around.
Okay.
Because technically you wouldn't have been the one to kill me,
Hmm.
and you could have gotten away with it.
I mean, yeah, I think on the why becomes pretty simple in that the reason I'm not killing you is not because it would make Dustin sad, but because it hurts Dustin. And so I'm preventing that hurt no matter. So his protection means I have to protect you. And maybe you didn't realize that. And this hunter showed up and started doing his thing. And I just like, nope. And just flaming sword.
So
Just
are we saying this was just like a regular like monster hunter?
yeah, I think so. Just they
Okay.
figured out you were in town, especially if there's like other jackalopes around. Like,
right.
got a lead, figured out you're in town. I figured out they were after you, and I just cut the guy's head off. Just
Uh,
You
I
say
think
I
that
go too far.
I think that made me respect you in more than one way. Okay. Um, do you what? Okay, so like, have we all gotten like one for each of us? We've gotten both of Cam's, right?
Yeah, I think we've both got Cam, and then we've got each other.
All right. Well, do you have one in mind for me?
Well, it's either rivalry to close friends or on again, off again lovers. Which would
I
you prefer?
I have one that says you are romantically obsessed with them. Ask them if they know and if they reciprocate.
All right, then I'm going to go with an old rivalry has turned into a tight friendship. I think, I mean, yeah, I mean, you are, I think because we've known each other for so long, like our first interaction was definitely uh, not a friendly one.
Mm.
And over time, we just grown closer and closer until you finally became his familiar.
All right, I like that. Um, so Jackie's romantically obsessed with you. Do you know and do you reciprocate? Yes or very yes?
I rigged it.
I rigged it.
I think yes and very yes.
Aw, okay. Well, that's sweet.
Adorable. Okay, does that mean everyone has their stuff done?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions before we begin? Okay, cool. So this is a mystery. You're going to have to solve a mystery. I will say, as I say to everyone who is playing this game for the first time, you guys have moves. We don't have to go over all the moves and stuff like that, but one of the main ones that you're going to be using is investigate a mystery. I will say, it is going to be an over time thing because it's a one shot. It's not as prevalent as if it was like if we were doing this over 3 or 4 episodes. If you ask me what sort of creature is it, I'm not just going to tell you what kind of creature it is. I will lead you there, unless we're like in the end game and you're like, I still don't know, which it should not be the case. But so that is just a caveat. Another thing is this is a world. This is our world in 1991, and perhaps some of the things you as players know about creatures that you know well, like vampires are, can't go out in the sun, might not apply to this. So keep an open mind. If you figure out what it is and then you go, I know how to defeat this, might not. So just go with it there. Okay. I will. By the end of this, you should know what it is and how to defeat it, but we'll see. Uh, we'll get you there. Okay, so let us begin our tale. You guys, well, actually, what is your living situation? That should we're starting this. I'll give a brief overview, and then we'll go into where you guys are at this time. So you guys live in this beautiful town of Alta, Wyoming. Very small. Everyone knows everyone. One thing that's exciting is that this town is celebrating its bicentennial tonight. They are doing a big party in the streets. I mean, for such a small town, everyone's going. Everyone's talking about it. Like even the teens who are like, "Oh, too cool for this," want to go to this party. There's going to be a fair and fireworks at the end of the night to celebrate. Um, and the whole town has kind of been a bustle for this. They've been getting things in for days. They've been celebrating in little ways. All of the small mom and pop shops are having sales or like special events. The bakery has special cookies out this month, like this week for the event. And most of the food and supplies have been shopped local for as much as they can. If not, they go to a neighboring town. But this is a big deal for this small town. So everyone's kind of up in this celebration hype for this evening. We're going to start off in the morning of this is going to be a Friday morning. So, what are you guys doing? Where is everybody on a Friday morning? Do you have jobs? What do you do on the day to day? There hasn't been any monster type things, any people to save or monsters to kill recently. What are you guys? Do you live close to each other? What's your deal?
I want to say Dustin lives on like an old log cabin ranch just outside of town. He's got, I mean, the cabin has been in the family for generations, and like he's got a ranch there, but like doesn't actually keep any cattle, like he could, but like he's too distracted with playing with magic to actually tend to any cattle.
I think Jackie lives with Dustin, sort of, because they're known to disappear for days on end. I also, I don't know, does Cam have a job, or is Cam's job looking after us?
Doesn't have a job. I'm
Okay.
thinking Cam just takes money from churches whenever he needs money. It's
Lord
for
will
God
provide.
anyways.
I love the idea that I'm a wild animal and I'm the only one with an actual job. Um, I think that Jackie discovered that they really, really like coffee, and if they work at the local coffee kiosk, then they can have as much as they want.
Oh yes, I love it.
So Jackie works part-time at a
Also,
coffee kiosk.
Jackie's like a big coffee snob, right? Then like they
Oh,
know their
yeah.
types of coffee. They'll do
Yeah.
pour overs
Mm-hmm.
or and what have you. While Dustin puts a pot of beans on top of a fire pit, and that's his coffee.
If Dustin
Just
is having coffee,
the
yes,
darkest, blackest sludge.
yeah, like, beans on a fire pit. But if we're having coffee, then Jackie's making it for sure.
They've learned never to ask Dustin to make the coffee.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, no, Jackie works at a coffee. You ever see like a coffee kiosk in one of them podunk towns where like it's just like a little hut in a parking lot, and you drive up to it, and the person who takes your order is like just sticks their head out a window, and then they turn around and make your coffee and then hand it to you. That's what
Yes.
Jackie does. We're gonna call it the loose moose.
The loose moose.
It's a loose
I think
moose.
Dustin probably also does like side jobs where like someone needs to get rid of some vermin on their ranch. Because I mean, he also has. I mean, he doesn't always use magic in his revolver. He has regular bullets.
You just shoot womp rats for a
I
living.
shoot womp rats for a living.
All right, Friday morning. What are you guys doing? It's
Making coffee.
probably about 10 a.m.
I've been up with the sunrise. Went out for a long hike. Made myself some coffee. Shot some womp rats. That's my morning.
Yeah, Jackie's at work. Just for the time being. They do like the 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. shift.
They get up together.
Aw.
Then he goes hikes the nearby mountain and watches the sunrise.
When you mentioned like what's your living situation, like my first thought was like Dustin waking up and then rolling over to see Jackie in bed, and then rolling the other way and Cam's also in bed, just like completely like
Not even laying down, he's just sitting.
Yeah.
Sitting straight up.
Sometimes, only when I get nervous and need to check on you when I peer in your bedroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is something that you can do. Oh God.
But I would think normally I probably live in a local church. And yeah, the morning I'm just going to be on top of the mountain watching the sunrise. Since it's about time, I'll just appear there.
Do the
Sitting hot and sweaty, like finally gets to the top of the mountain and you just appear like, nice, leave.
Does the priest know that you are divine?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't lie, so I just told him.
That's true. That's true. I'm sure this priest is like, oh yeah, no, like whatever you need, whatever you want, and like it like leaves you like food out, like totally doing like the Santa thing where they're just like, oh, I'm just gonna put this here, like like the people in town who actually believe you, like, do you keep it under wraps or?
I
I'm
mean,
sure the
if
priest does.
I don't go out of my way to tell people, but if
Hmm.
I'm never gonna tell a lie. So if anyone were to ask,
Yeah.
But like,
I'm
how many
either just
people
gonna be
would
like,
believe that?
Right.
I'm
Exactly.
if anyone's like, "What's your job?" I'm just gonna be like, "I'm not telling you that,"
Uh,
or just be like, "Well, I work for God."
all
You can say he's a man of the Lord.
right, cool. So yeah, I think there's probably like one little old lady in town who totally believes you and is like comes to church like every other day to like see you and talk to you. She probably keeps you company a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Oh God, you just
So,
described my grandma.
Best grandma.
and her name is Grandma
Mary Ann.
Mary Ann.
Okay, I need to know everyone I'm friends with because I can
All
now
right.
always appear wherever Marianne is.
I'm sure you have to, and it's startled her.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll just show up occasionally and bring gifts.
Canonically, Marianne is an ex-nurse.
All
Okay,
right.
ex-nurse.
Mm-hmm.
So if
All right.
anybody ever gets injured,
Well, I can heal people too with magic. I mean, just with regular magic. I guess we can all do that, right? We all have.
If anyone gets
magic.
injured, I am going to go out of my way to get injured.
not if I get injured first.
All right. I think well then let's kick things off, I think. Dustin, you
All right.
are you on top of a mountain right now?
No, he's come back from the top of the mountain, or
Okay.
he's finished his hike back.
All right, you see when you return to your home a message on your answering machine. And this
For a
message,
message.
the message is as follows. Hey Dustin, it's Brandy down at the paper. Uh, look, I know you're into some sort of and you do handiwork, but you also do some sort of outside work, if you know what I'm saying. I have a situation that I want to talk to you about. If you could bring yourself and some of your friends down to the paper, I think I got something here, and I'd like y'all to come see it. Uh, Here's my number. Uh, just stop by sometime today. Hopefully before tonight. Thanks. Bye. And
All
the
right.
line gonna start.
He's gonna sling on his bandolier, tuck his gun into his holster. He's got his poncho on already. I don't think he ever takes it off, and hoof it to the loose moose. And I'm just going to barge right in on, or I guess
Do
not even
you
barge in, just like walk up to the window and like
You
knock
walk
on
up
it.
to the window and Jackie's arguing with somebody out the window, who's in like a, I don't know, like what's an asshole car? Like
a Prius? Were Prius
Pri-
around?
I don't think so.
um
Dodge Camaro.
yeah, a Camaro. And Jackie's like, for the last time, extra hot is 180 degrees and not a degree more anymore, and you're gonna scald your milk, and that's just a danger to me, and it's a danger to you, and I'd prefer to spill on myself rather than on you, but I guarantee you, any hotter than 180 degrees, and this is gonna hurt a whole lot more. And like Jackie just like dumps the coffee onto their windshield, and like the guy like swears them out.
I feel like this is
Dustin,
just a memory that Wings is having, a personal memory.
There's
Dustin's
just
just gonna
things that I wish I could say.
he's gonna
Jackie
walk
doesn't
up just
care
like,
about people or their job.
yeah. Just gonna slam on the hood of the car and like just point at the guy. Beat it. Jackie, we got work to do.
What kind of work?
The
I
good
know
kind
what
of work.
kind of work, but what is it this time?
I don't know yet. I want to find out.
Does Cam know? Is Cam
He'll
listening?
find out.
Cam!
I just imagine he'll show up when he needs to. He always does.
Hmm.
Time to close up shop.
All right. Just like the window comes down. There's like bustling from inside, and then Jackie comes out. Like there's like a scarf on now, and like these perfectly round sunglasses. You know, they're mirrored and stuff like that. And Jackie's taking a coffee to go.
Dustin definitely has one of those like metal canteen mugs of just black sludge coffee that he's just
Yeah, I want to say you hear some noise from outside, or some noise from inside, and then like before Jackie comes out, there's an arm with a percolator that comes out to refill your canteen, and then it comes back in, and then Jackie comes out.
excellent. Takes
All
a
right.
canteen of whiskey and pours it in. Not me. I hunt the monsters.
What did you ride into town? A horse?
He just walks. I don't think he has a horse.
Just walks into town. He owns a farm and just walks into town.
I think he
Take
had a
the
horse
test.
at one point, and then it got very like close to death, and he's like, you know what? I'm not going to risk the life of a horse with my shenanigans.
Oh baby, no. I want to say that you have like a flying broom, but instead of a broom, it's one of those like stick horses that kids have. I mean, that if that was an ability of yours, that would be funny. But
That would be great. I don't think it is. uh, yeah, no,
You guys are insane.
he just walks. These boots were made for walking.
All right, you guys start hoofing it further into town. You're pretty close to. I mean, there's like one strip with an intersection, and then there's like buildings on this one, and then buildings on the one across, and that's pretty much it. But you guys are heading towards the paper. Cam, do you get a? Why don't you do me a favor?
Oh yeah, I had
Make a roll.
to roll my starting thing.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, indeed.
Boop. Hey.
Hey, that's a 7. Okay. Boss from Beyond. Roll plus weird on a 10 plus. Okay, on a 7 and 9, they ask you to do something complicated or difficult. In either case, you get to ask one question from the investigative mystery move right now. So I am going to give you something, and then you can ask a question, okay?
Okay.
So you are at the church, right? Or where?
I think I may be at a different church. I think I may be in a big cathedral in like Mexico City right now,
Okay.
looking for street tacos.
I mean, that's fair. Absolutely fair.
You better bring me some of them street tacos.
You're in this large cathedral, and you make your way up to the dais. They have a beautiful stained glass imagery behind this, the table and all of the chairs that are up on the dais. You look up at it, and just for a moment, the light catches in a way that it sort of shines very brightly in your eyes, and that light expands, and suddenly your vision goes white. You feel yourself being sort of transported, and as you are, except like God, hold on, sorry. You hear a very familiar voice. It's Daddy, and
God is hot.
God is hot. He is ripped 5 ways to Sunday. When they say man was made in God's image, they meant The Rock. Basically just chiseled, slightly tan, balded head. I didn't think I was going to be describing God, but here we are.
Question: how many blasphemies do you think we can fit into this 3-hour session? Because I'm planning on throwing a few out as Dustin.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, Cam, you see this your god before you, your boss, and he sort of opens his arms out and he says, "How's it going?"
It's going well, Father. Thanks.
Oh, that's good to hear. All right. Well, I got a little thing for you. It's things are coming up down on the Earth, big plans. But for right now, we've got a situation that's going to be happening in your town. Okay. I hate to be this person, but I'm going to have to ask you to do something for me while you're down there while it's happening. All right.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. So there's going to be an event. There's going to be things happening. Might get hurt, as it is on Earth. But whatever you do, make sure that people don't find out about you and don't find out about whatever's going to be happening, okay? So if there are people around, you got to make sure they either don't see or that they don't get hurt,
All right. So make sure they don't get hurt and they don't know that I'm an angel.
Right, and obviously, we want to keep people away from like the whole monsters thing. We don't want people to know. Otherwise, it gets chaotic. We want to, as I said before, not part of the grand plan. Okay.
All right. So they can't find out about monsters. They can't find out I'm an angel, and keep them
Right.
safe.
Yes,
Absolutely.
but absolutely do not lie. Okay.
Never.
All right. Okay. As long as we're clear on that one, that's the one tenant we cannot break. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me? You know that I am omnipotent and I can't tell you everything, but
All right.
yes. So the investigative mystery questions. Sorry, I got pulled into that character way too much. You got what happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? And what is it going to do? And what's being concealed here? You can kind of flavor those as you like to. You don't have to like specifically ask exactly that.
Okay. I think I'm going to kind of go with a what can it do, so I know what to protect people from.
Okay.
Like, so, just in general, how would I go about protecting them? What is this thing capable of?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. They definitely can go invisible. Okay?
Turns
Which is going to be
invisible.
very helpful in the not letting people see them thing. If you can do something with that, that would be great. Okay?
Absolutely.
All right, my child. Go in peace. And then you see the bright light. Sorry, I forgot I had to do the scene too. You see the bright light again, and you kind of blink and realize you are back in the position you were before this vision.
All right. Yeah. So go real quick, find some street tacos for myself and Destin, and I'll just teleport to. I'll take some money out of the collection bin at the cathedral on my way out to pay for the tacos, and take some to Destin.
Oh, perfect. You guys are on your way. You see in the alleyway next to you, you hear this sort of flutter of wings, and you look down to see Cam.
Sup, Doc?
Cam, good thing you made it. Ooh, is
Hey.
them tacos?
Yep, got some for you.
Oh, you know me so well, Cam. How holy are these tacos?
I mean, they're just regular tacos. I bought them.
Yeah, but like, did you use the good Lord's money to buy these tacos?
I mean, that's the only money I have. It's the money he
So
provides.
they're very holy tacos. Excellent. Extra crispy. Crunch. Anyway, Cam, we're in the middle of something. Brandy down at the paper shop. You know Brandy, right?
Yes.
She gave me a call this morning. Seems there's something amuck. So
absolutely, whatever it is, it can turn invisible. I know that.
It can turn invisible.
Yes.
Let me see if I got something for that. Invisible. Rifles through his spell book. Ian B is it? Nah, maybe. We'll see. Maybe Brandy has more information.
All right.
Jackie hands Cam a to-go cup with a hot liquid inside. It's chamomile.
Smell it. Drink it.
Tea.
Thanks. Yeah. Oh, did you need tacos?
No, that's fine.
I'll get some for you after. Sorry, I just wasn't thinking about you.
No, it's okay. I could just forage.
I feel like Dustin definitely did have cattle at one point, but Jackie definitely killed a few.
That's why you don't have any
And
animals.
that's why I don't have any animals anymore.
What did I kill?
His
cattle.
cattle.
Oh, his cattle.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could have also killed his cat. He doesn't keep any animals anymore.
I was all like, we're going full Shape of Water with this one. Okay.
So yeah, it can turn invisible. Also, Jackie, we have to make sure that no one lets on to our true natures or that monsters are real. Hence your true nature.
Like we always do.
I mean, that might be a priority for you. It's usually not a high priority for me, but you know.
Wait, you haven't been Who knows?
There's a few people.
Do you believe this guy? I spend my whole life living two lives.
Yeah,
And
because
this fucker's
you
just walking down the
are an
street
abomination
like, oh,
in the
hey,
eyes
I'm
of
an
God
angel.
and should hide. And I am a holy creation that brings light and health and prosperity to those around me. So
Listen,
Jackie
who isn't an
Jackie
abomination
takes
in
the
the eyes of
chamomile
God?
tea back and then dumps it on the floor.
We can have existential crises later. Let's beat feet. Let's skedaddle.
You all skedaddle. And you make your way 2 buildings down to the paper, which is going to be called the Daily Scoop.
Is there a ice cream shop attached?
Yes, it is the it is the newspaper and the best ice cream in town.
Oh my god, they've got
Probably
an ice
the only
cream
ice cream in
flavor that's
town.
cookies and cream called Newsprint.
Oh my god, yes. Hold on, I'm writing it down. So you enter, you see the ice cream shop. It's kind of on the entrance of this, and there is a glass window and a door next to it where you can see in to the newspaper room where there are 2 staff members sitting at desks, and then there is a door to the back that you know to be Brandy's. As you walk in, the teenage man standing at the ice cream counter kind of perks up, looks up from his book that he was reading, and kind of, can I help you?
Just here to see Brandy, young man. Excuse me.
Oh, kind of like looks down and goes back to his book. You make your way through. The other 2 people who are working at the newspaper are just kind of trolling on their computers. One of them is playing Free Cell. Not much goes on in this town, and they can't really report on anything until tomorrow because of the bicentennial. But you do know that Brandy's room is in the back. If you walk up to the door, give it a knock.
Yeah. I mean, like a polite knock, but I'm immediately going to walk in.
Yes. You kind of see Brandy as the door opens. You see her working on something and then turn and go like this. Oh, it's you. All right, good. Come in.
Brandy, beautiful. How are you doing this fine Friday day?
Now you stop flattering me right now and close that door.
Sounds serious.
I'll
let the others come in.
You close the door and you see there are no windows in this room, and back wall is a bulletin board that has different papers on it, red string sort of tied between them, of course, and there is a map with a red line drawn upon it. She says, "You take a seat," and then she kind of looks down. There's her chair and then one other chair in this room. Does the math and is like, "Y'all can stand if you'd like."
I'll offer
Sorry.
the seat to Jackie.
Jackie sits down. They've got an ice cream.
Sorry to call you out the blue, but I think there is a situation in town, and I know that you handle situations. Now, I'm not sure what it is or how. It kind of sounds crazy, if I'm going to be honest about it. But there have been
I
a
like the
couple.
deal and crazy.
Well, I've met Jackie, so I do know that. And she kind of points to the board. Uh, there have been a few incidents in town, and I think they're connected. I'm drawing the lines, literally and figuratively, between them. There have been a couple break-ins recently, over the past 3 days. Yeah, nothing's been taken, really. It's just kind of the houses have been destroyed overnight, and people waking up to sounds of scuffling in their house, and before they can get downstairs, the whole room's destroyed and things thrown everywhere. Now, there was last night, I heard through the grapevine that someone was killed. Now, this was very strange because, again, their house was trashed, but her body was completely cut up. Like, not in pieces, but just very small marks all over them, like someone took a paper clip to them and just kind of scratched them all over. And the police don't know what it is. They think it's some sort of animal, but it does seem pretty excessive, what I've heard of what it is. Now, another thing I found was that there was a death on the first night, first break-in, and it was a heart attack, or at least the Connor, ruled it as a heart attack. But I think it was the first attack in this sort of progression. She points to the line on the map. She says, "Now, if you look, each one of these attacks, each one of these uh, break-ins, has been coming closer to the center of town. You know, the first man who was killed, Jenkins Jethro. You know, his house is kind of on the outskirts, right towards the woods, by the park. And then as they keep coming closer to town, the one last night, the woman who was killed, Farrah Thompson. Now she's near the center of town, and if you draw a line, and she points to the line, it goes straight back into the woods. And I think it's all connected. But I want your opinion on it."
Now, Brandy, these pterodactyls you are talking about here all sound pretty far fetched. And how come I haven't heard none of this? Jethro and I've already forgotten her name.
Farrah.
I mean, I read your paper every day.
Now, I have been asked to keep. Well, Jethro is going to be in the next issue. They have an obituary for him, and they're going to have the funeral, of course, next week. But with the bicentennial going on, that everyone wants to keep things quiet and wants to keep things, happy until afterwards, so that there isn't any panic. But I think there is a reason to panic, and she points the line and continues down, and you see that it goes right into the center of town. Now, if this continues and they come back tonight, whatever it is, they're going to go, and then she draws a circle with her finger, right to the fair.
Now, have these attacks been happening every night? How long has it been going on?
Past 3 nights, yeah.
Past 3 nights, you say?
First night they hit 2 houses. Second night they hit 3. Last night they just hit the 1.
Now, that is interesting.
How many
That's what
people
I
have died?
Well, one of them was a heart attack. First one was a heart attack. Second one, last night, was, well, I dare say it was a murder. Yeah, you know I don't like to speculate too much, especially in the paper, but it's not a coincidence these things that are happening, especially in such close proximity to each other and in time.
Well, I will give you one thing. It is definitely interesting. And I mean, seeing as you rightly indicated my proclivity, my want to look into things like this, we'll go ahead and just give it a quick look over. You might be onto something, you might not be though. So don't you worry too much. Keep things lively, like the coppers are saying, and we'll get to the bottom of this.
All right. Is there anything you need from me? Anywhere you want to start? Any?
Well, by your best estimate, where do you think is it just going to be the center of town tonight? Is tonight the bicentennial?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Well, I mean that's my guess. Um, if I could, from this line that I've drawn, again, it goes right back into the woods. There might be something out there. So,
What do you mean it goes like right back, like that goes out and then back?
Well, the line is drawn like it is like a little bit of a squiggly line, but it does seem to like the Jenkins Jethro. His house is sort of on the edge of town, right by the woods, and she's it might be a it might be an animal, but it does not seem. I mean, this is animal breaking into people's houses, but there
I
might be
mean,
something
there's
out
some
there.
very scary animals out there, and if it's nothing being stolen, we'll head out into the woods, look for tracks. I'm
Right.
a pretty skilled hunter myself, so
Yeah.
we'll look into it.
And if you want to talk to Connor, I do have an in with him, the coroner, of course, if you want to see
Right.
the bodies. And if you ask nicely and maybe bring some bourbon, you might be able to talk to the police chief, Tact, Chief Hailstorm. Tact Hailstorm. He's back, baby. He's in all of my games. I love that name.
Hailstorm.
Tact Hailstorm.
That is a hell of a name, and I wish I'd thought about it, but never. I just got infected by the dulcet tunes of Fleetwood Mac, and that's why I'm here. um, any y'all's got any questions?
Yeah. So the line here. This is the order of attack, right? This is
Yeah.
the first.
First night coming in, second night these three houses,
And-
three houses, and then.
All right. So this this thing, whatever it may be, is coming in at any particular time? Is it just at night? Is it the same time every night?
Well, I don't know for sure. And she kind of like looks at the police reports that she has, that probably she shouldn't have, that is sort of tacked on the board. And she says that they're all sort of reported at different times. It does seem to be that slightly after dusk, the first house is hit, and then after that, and then after that. So whatever it is does seem to be moving at night.
The guy who died the first night, did he live alone?
Yes, he did.
Which house is that?
That's the one up by the forest.
Jackie's gonna like.
Oh, I'm sorry. The one who died last night?
No, the first night.
Yeah, first night. Yeah. He lives by the forest, lived alone. Also, Farah lived alone, as far as I'm aware. She's the one who died. She's the one who died last night.
Oh, okay. Jackie like just sort of walks over to the map and sort of pores over it.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you'd like, you got a lot of clues in front of you. Someone could use this to investigate a mystery, if you'd like.
Who's sharp?
I'm
is sharp.
You're sharp.
I would reckon you'd be sharp. Like you're a wizard.
You're
right?
just as sharp as Jackie.
We're both sharp.
I'm weird. That's my thing.
Yeah, me too. We're both weird.
Yes, we all know this.
Yeah,
you both
see what you get.
All right.
Danae.
I'm gonna roll it.
Yeah, you're the
Yes.
one who's looking over the map.
Okay. I got an 8.
All right, that's an 8. As we pull up the investigative mystery tab on a 7 to 9, you can hold 1, which means you can ask a question from this list. You can ask a different question if you'd like, as long as it's applicable. You can hold this to ask it later as well.
Okay.
But
I'm
it
gonna
does.
hold
Okay.
I'm gonna hold it for the time being.
Bokie dokie. All
'Cause
right.
I think the only question here that like is relevant is where did it go, and we already kind of have the idea that it went back to the woods. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna hold on to that question for a bit.
Okay.
Because my
Perfect.
intention is to break into one of these houses and do a first-hand investigation.
Hell yeah.
Just, for for clarity's
Absolutely.
sake.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily say this out loud because I feel like Cam has had opinions about this in the past.
Crime's okay if it's for the greater good. God will understand.
All right.
Well, Brandy, if you wouldn't mind giving Connor a call, tell him I'm
Yeah.
looking to stop by the morgue, and then I'll see if I can't catch Chief Hailstorm at some point today. See what his take is on all this. But Brandy, you are wonderful and you are intuitive, and thank you for this information. And don't you worry your pretty little bonnet.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate that.
He did
Yeah.
boop her on the nose there.
Kind of flinches at it. Just let me know what you find, okay? Again, I won't put it in the papers if it's weird in any way, but people do deserve to know that these things are happening after.
Well, we'll be
tonight.
able to put their minds at ease. For
All
sure.
right. And if there's anything I can do to help, just you know where I am. I'll be here until about 6 when we close up for the event.
Righto. Cool. We head out.
All right. Where would you like to
Jackie
go?
backs out the door saying, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would, and then just gets yanked out the door.
I don't. Did that song come out yet?
Yes.
Is that copyright? Let's split up, gang.
Ooh. Okay. What would you like to do? The world is your oyster. You guys could just go to Mexico and like hang out for a while. I'll make it.
Want to go?
I mean,
well, let's see.
Fuck off for some tacos.
It's only about. It's almost half till noon, so we got plenty of time. I'm gonna head over to the morgue and see if I can't sweet talk that Connor guy into giving me some more of them deets. Jackie, I know that mischievous look in your eye. You want to head over to Jethro's house and see what you can find?
Yeah, I'll meet you outside the woods. Does that sound good?
Sounds good. Cam, free safety. You play football, right?
Absolutely not.
You got the body for it.
Jackie
I used to do
slaps
touch
Dustin
back
on
in the
ass
day.
and runs away.
Okay, bye.
So wait, what am I doing?
What would you like to do?
Oh, well, I have to get tacos for Jackie. I said I would do that, and I was thinking I could get some brandy for the police chief and go over that way.
Okay, that sounds excellent. Make sure it's holy.
Oh, pay it, of course, always with.
I don't know why Dustin thinks that's so funny, but he thinks it's hilarious. Also, I don't think Dustin I mean, he believes in God, but he doesn't believe in God.
Weird.
like he exists, but you're like,
I know he
I'm not
exists,
into
but
it.
it's not that I don't like him. It's just that I don't trust him.
I mean, you can believe an authority figure exists, but do you respect that authority figure?
Fair.
I
All
think
right.
before Dustin leaves, I'm like, where do they make brandy?
Tennessee.
I thought that was whiskey and
Whiskey.
and Kentucky's bourbon.
Right.
Okay.
Kentucky's bourbon.
Yeah, I think brandy can come from anywhere. Those are the only two that are landlocked.
What?
I
Yeah. The whiskey has to be made in Tennessee, and
Well, Tennessee whiskey. Whiskey's made all over the place
Yeah.
because Ireland
Whiskey's
is
made
also
everywhere.
big on whiskey.
oh,
They
that's
are.
true.
cognac must come from the cognac region of France. However,
Mhm.
brandy can come from anywhere in the world.
So brandy is to cognac as sparkling wine is to champagne.
Would
Yeah.
it be too much if I got him cognac instead of brandy, or would you prefer brandy?
I mean,
Trust
I
your
don't
heart.
think. I was gonna
It's
say
never
it's
steered you
up to
wrong
you.
before.
All right. Well, I was in character asking Dustin.
Yeah. Believe in yourself.
All right, France
I
it
believe
is.
in the you that believes in you.
And I'm gonna get tacos, drop them off at Jackie's, and then go to Cathedral.
You have
of
too
France
much
and look
power.
I just want like a I just want like a smash cut to the outside of a monastery in France, and then like Cam comes walking out with like a bottle under his arm and a bunch of like monks following him like, oh.
That's true. They probably have some at a monastery. Yeah. I don't even have to buy any. I don't have to take their money. I just take the cognac.
Oh my god, I cannot. Okay, let's do the scene with well, okay, so let's do like today first. So you are going to one of the crime scenes. Which one would you like to go to?
The beginning is a very good place to start. So I'm gonna go to the scene of the first crime.
Okay.
I'm gonna check the doorknob.
All right. This is a very small town. It is not locked.
It's not locked. I'm gonna look this way, look that, make sure nobody's watching, just sort of slip in.
All right. You I mean, you walk in through the front door. You see that I'm sure you've never been here before, but you've heard of Jenkins. He is a nice old man. He helps out around town when he can. He was known for being like he was an electrician, so he would help people out after once he retired. If anybody needed anything, he would kind of go through and help them with any sort of wiring or any help at the church, like that sort of thing. He's a very nice old man. His house is fucking trash. There is paper, there are knickknacks everywhere. There's like papers thrown, there's broken items. Nothing like super large has been like toppled over, but it does seem like anything that was on a shelf is now thrown across the room or on the floor or over the bed or over the couch. You walk in and it's kind of the living room situation. The pillows have been like kind of made into like a teepee. The grandfather clock door is open, and there are doilies hanging from the pendulums that are not swinging anymore. There is ketchup smeared on the walls. It is just, I mean, it's been a few days, so it's kind of ripe in here too, especially since a man died in here. Um, but there's no like police tape or anything like that. It just does seem like, I mean, you would think a hoarder situation, but there are a lot of items that are like well placed. Like again, the teepee of pillows and the doilies on the clock. Those sort of things are like seem to be somebody put them on purpose, put there on purpose. It wasn't just thrown.
Okay. Well, I think that Jackie sort of like walks into the room, sort of stepping kind of lightly as they move.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a shot where they like start walking towards like maybe a table.
Mm-hmm.
And as they do, they start to sort of crouch down as though they're going to crawl under it. And then they come out the other side of the table and they're in their jackalope form. And they're just sort of tipping their ears this way and that, and they're sort of sniffing about to try and see if they can like pick anything up with their supernatural senses.
They're so adorable.
Mm-hmm. All right. So okay. No, you're gonna be a ghost thing on my page. All right, cool. All right. So you would like to investigate a mystery, or yeah, that would be investigating a mystery.
Yeah. Would now be a good time to use my hold and ask a
Sure.
question?
Yeah, you
Um,
can, if you're using a hold here, I would say you are connecting both situations as you had, seen that before and you are now seeing this here. You can kind of like, again, connect those strings. So it's not just like what you saw on the board or what you're seeing here.
um, I'm gonna ask the question, what was it going to do? What was
Okay.
its goal here?
You are, I mean, you are a creature who is, you've met other creatures before. There are many different types. Some that want pain, some that want pleasure, some that just want chaos. And what you're looking at here is a scene of chaos. But it is in some ways, like I said, cultured. There is some, like, someone as being um purposeful. So there is a lot of destruction, but in that destruction, there is like a couple little things. And as you continue to move through here, you kind of walk into one of the back rooms that doesn't seem to be like, as you look through the door, you notice that it's not quite as tossed about as the rest of the house. And as you open the door, um, you hear a twang. I would like you to act under pressure and roll plus cool,
What?
please.
Okay. What could this mean? I got a 12.
Oh, shit.
Hot
All right.
damn.
Hot damn indeed. All right. You, on plus 10, you do what you set out to do. As you hear this twang, your bunny like senses kick into gear, and you are searching around for, yes, for the danger near you. And you see above your head a bucket at the top of the door. And you very agilely, with your super speed, kind of hop back into the bedroom behind you, and you see this bucket come down. And as it falls to the ground, there is a sort of little, like, a not explosion as in like a big bang, like of pyrotechnics, but there is an explosion, and you duck behind the door, and you see as you do, like sort of on in the entryway where you were just standing, a cacophony of glitter has just gone everywhere.
I think I'm just gonna like stare at that for a second, and then like put a paw in it briefly, and then just sort of like look at it on my hand and like on my paw, and like realize it's not gonna hurt me at all, and I'm just gonna roll in it.
You avoided the danger to then roll yourself in the danger. I love it. It's never coming out. It's gonna be everywhere.
Oh, I'm gonna get this all over Cam.
All right. Yeah, so that is what you have discovered, unless there is anything else you want to do.
I feel like that's the natural cutting point.
Okay. As you are rolling in this glitter, you hear again those angel flutter wings, and Cam, you pop in to see Jackie in their fully jackalope form, rolling in just a big ass pile of glitter.
Jackie, I got your tacos.
Ah! Jeez. Man, I'm busy. Like voice coming out of like, just straight up animal.
Mm-hmm.
So I can put him in this guy's fridge, or
I just put it down right where it is. That's fine. Right there. Yeah, that's okay. Can you open it up a little bit? Just unwrap it.
I imagine they're just like, I'm just holding them like straight from the vendor, like they're just like
You see the little
on like a paper plate. I just put him down.
See the little rabbit nose like twitch. Okay, thanks.
All right, I'm off to France, and I just disappear.
Can't believe that guy. Just ferally tears these tacos apart.
All right. Cam is off on their mission to France. And Tyler, what is Dustin doing? He is going. They're
I'm
going
going
to.
over to the morgue to talk to Connor.
All right. The morgue is located. I decided last time the morgue was in the hospital, and that makes sense. Yeah. So you go over to the hospital, which is probably about. I'm gonna say like 200 yards away from the police station. And Cam, do you want to go straight to Tact, or are you gonna hang out with Dustin or Jackie before you come back?
I was thinking I'd just go straight to Tact.
Okay. All right, cool. Just everyone split up. It's fine. All right. So Dustin.
I'm going to make this as difficult as possible for you.
Thanks, buddy. Dustin, you head into the coroner's office.
Hey, what was Connor's last name?
Connor's last name is, I didn't tell it to you, but I will now, because as you
coroner, though. He's Connor the coroner.
Yes,
Connor,
yes, he is Connor the coroner.
Connor Tobias.
Tobias.
Mm-hmm. You walk in you go into the hospital, take the elevator down to the morgue, and you walk past the doors that is Dr. Tobias. And as you walk in, you see a desk kind of off to the side. There is a man with his feet up, and he's reading a. God, this happened in my last game, and I want to get this right. He's reading a magazine. God, I think it was sassy cowgirls on tractors. And they're just kind of
amazing.
They don't really look up when you walk in.
Dr. Tobias, and I slam my hand down on the table. I was hoping Miss Brandy gave you a call. Is that correct?
You see the magazine kind of fold down, and you see a very if monotone was a person, this is it. They have short, sort of stubble, right on the base of their chin, short, dark hair, a very pale complexion for being here all the time. The lab coat, just a nice blue t-shirt and jeans. And they kind of raise an eyebrow at you, and he says, "Yeah, you wanted to see something?"
Sure do. That's a personal favorite issue of mine too. Now listen, I was hoping to get a good look at, and I've immediately forgot her name again.
Farah.
Farah. Dustin has forgotten her name.
Oh. She said you wanted to see Farah.
Yes, that is what I was hoping, if I could get just a quick look at, how I like to be a little investigative, and something smells a little off. Figured, just take a quick peek if that's okay with you.
I guess. But I want something in return.
The secondary copy of that issue?
No, this is really just the only thing that I had at hand.
Okay, what can I get for you?
You got land on the ridge, right?
Yeah, I sure do.
I want to hike up there whenever I want.
Now, you got to be careful. There's some wild beasties out there. So you just let me know when you're coming out my way, and I'll make sure it's nice and safe for you.
All right, I want you to roll to manipulate someone.
Because we get those rolls. -1 charm.
Let's go, champ. Oh boy, I pulled up the wrong thing.
That's a 6.
That is a 6. That is a failure. However, there is unless there is a system in Monster of the Week called luck points. and everyone has a certain amount of luck points. It looks like you have already used one.
I'm doing it now.
Okay. You trigger a special move. Almost every playbook has a special move. And Dustin's is when you spend luck, the official council of wizards is going to poke their nose into your business. Are you willing to risk this?
They can poke away.
All right. So
they just better watch their nose that stays attached to their face if they get too much into my business.
All right. So you, as a that turns into a 12 on a 10 plus, then they'll do it for the reason you gave them. If you're not asking too much in this situation, so they're just gonna do it. Yeah. So he.
And I would like just a moment alone, if you don't mind.
Yeah, whatever. He like pushes himself back from the chair, takes his feet off the desk, and sort of walks back. There's 8 sort of doors in the back, the table and all that. And he opens one. If there's nothing in it, he kind of like stops, closes it, opens the next one. He goes, oh, okay, good. He pulls it out. And it's sort of at waist height. And he says, all right, just don't do anything weird. And then he like turns and walks out.
Weird. Time to do something weird. I'm going to try and use magic. Now, I noticed the magics. One of them is observe another place or time. Can I use magic to observe the moment she was killed?
Yes, depending on what you roll. Let's go.
Time to do something weird.
All right. So go ahead and roll, and then I want you to describe what your magic looks like.
All right. I mean, he pulls out his spell book and flips through a few pages, finds the spell that he wants, and just kind of like looks for a surface to put it on, just kind of lays it on top of her body, rubs his hands together, and like I kind of think this would have like something to do with like finding the pressure points of energy on a body. So like he connects the 2 pressure points and cast a spell.
All right, you rolled a 9, which on a 7 to 9. I'm sorry, you rolled a 7. It works imperfectly. Choose your effect and a glitch. So you chose your effect. Which of these glitches would you like? The effect is weakened. The effect is short of duration. You take 1 harm, ignore armor. The magic draws immediate unwelcome attention, and it has a problematic side effect, which is always a fun one.
I mean, I have to go with the problematic side effect, obviously.
Okie dokie. So, as you cast this magic, your vision kind of blurs. Anyone watching in the room, their eyes sort of milk over as they are connecting these points. You are kind of like thrown into a weird state as your body is transported, or it feels like your body is transported to a different space. You see, actually, I should describe what this body looks like. Yeah, exactly. Did you pull the sheet back?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, to find the points, I would have to pull it back a little bit.
As you are, this body is still it is in front of you. You see there are many like tiny scratches, like even smaller than cat scratches on it that are just raked all over her skin. And like the blood has been cleared, but it does seem like more than a paper cut, less than a gash. And as
was the cause of death? Was it like blood loss or shock?
You don't know yet.
I don't know yet.
You have not asked.
I'm gonna find out.
You're gonna. So as you're doing this spell, the body in front of you, you see the wounds heal in reverse, and you see her kind of sit up, and as she does, you see a house around her, and it's very blurry, sort of as if you could see her really well, but not her surroundings. And as she is reversing in time, you see her um, sort of get to a point where she stops and like seems to be like cautious in her home, looking around. Something has caught her attention. She grabs a bat from behind her uh, couch and she starts kind of walking around. And you see a scratch appear on her shoulder. It's like four sharp lines down her shoulder, and she kind of spins and swings her bat. And as she does, you see on her back again four more streaks go down her back. And as you continue to watch this scene, you cannot see the assailants, but you can see these marks sort of appearing all over. She's in sleep shorts and a tank top, but like her legs, her face, her back, her shoulders, everything is just getting torn apart, and it seems to be simultaneously. Like it's not just like a mark here, a mark there. It by the end of it, she is like there. It is just hitting her all over. Um, and as the blood is pouring from her, she like is staggering. She kind of puts her hand on the wall as she tries to steady herself. As you return from this vision, Dustin, you see before you the ghastly spirit of Farah. She is has dark circles for her eyes. Her skin is gaunt and kind of like pulled down. She only has beams of light where her pupils would be. And as you look around, there are about 10 other spirits with that same ghastly form around you, which you will be seeing for the next hour.
I think Dustin like does go for his pistol for a second because he can use magic to banish his spirit.
Yeah.
But so I was gonna shoot a ghost. But she doesn't like make a move at him, does she?
Nope, just really intently watching you.
Ma'am, everything well, obviously everything's not all right.
Her eyes move from you slowly down to her body. She looks almost confused.
Don't worry about it. Slide the body back in. Just gonna like scooch around the ghost and go back to Connor.
Connor is currently doing a Sudoku, which is probably not super popular right now, but he he is kind of just doing it, glances up as you walk back in.
Are the ghosts following me?
There are more. Like as you like they kind of stay there, and as you walk out, they're just kind of more just looking at you. There's one standing directly behind Connor. It's a very old looking man, and he is like kind of has his hand on Connor's shoulder. Connor is not aware of what's going on.
Oh,
and he's like
be freaked out for hours. Mr. Dr. Tobias.
Yeah.
I just had one last question for you. What exactly was the cause of death?
Sanguination. She died of blood loss.
Right. I could see how that was the case. Do you know when they found her? Where she was in the house?
You see him like sigh. And he like kind of moves some papers on his desk, opens up a folder, flips through a few pages. Well, looks like they found her in her living room. Somebody called the police. They heard screaming. So it was about 12:30.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Tobias. Like I said, give me a call and I'll be seeing you.
He does a very unenthusiastic finger gun at you.
Dustin heads for the exit, and like he's gonna do his very best not to like pass through any ghosts. So he's probably just like scoot. Oh, okay. Don't worry about it. Okay, bye.
the door closest to the elevator, and you kind of like press the button and just let out a sigh of relief and look over, and there's another ghastly figure in the elevator in a very like maintenance looking outfit, and he kind of looks from the button that you've just pressed up to you very slowly.
Morning.
All right, let's switch
Elevator
over.
music playing. Like
Yeah.
great
All
weather
right.
outside, right?
His head tilts ever so slightly.
How
All
about
right.
them Colts? That's a football team.
I hate that because like the terrible implication there is that he died in that elevator shaft. And now you're riding that elevator.
I'm sure this is a very safe. I'm like inspect the safety record. Yep. A+ it says. This is a long elevator ride, am I right? Okay, we can continue.
All right, David, you go to France, pick up some cognac for the chief of police. You bamf back into town somewhere you've been to the whole town before, but I assume you do so in an alley or somewhere that's not occupied.
Yeah, I'll do like an alley behind the police station.
Okay. Yeah, you walk over. You at this point can see Dustin going into the hospital. And you walk through the front door. There is a woman with very curly hair at the reception desk. She has like those glasses that are on a chain. She's probably a bit too old to work here, but like she's been here for forever, so everyone just kind of like she doesn't want to retire. Everyone, she's the nice lady who just works the front desk at the police station, and she looks up at you over her glasses and says, "How can I help you?"
I'm here to see Tact.
Ah, do you have an appointment?
No.
Okay, one moment. And she kind of like takes up the phone and presses the buttons very slowly, waits for a moment. Captain, there is a man here. I'm sorry, darling. What was your name?
Camiel.
Camiel is here to see you. He wants to know what it's about.
It's about the break-ins and deaths in town recently. I have a present for him.
Oh, okay. One moment. Yes, he says he has a present for you. Okay. Yes, I will. Okay. She hangs up the phone, starts writing something down.
I'm gonna look to see what she's writing.
She's just going back to her reports.
Okay. Am I allowed to go see him?
Oh, hello. Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. Yes, you can go back.
Thank you. Have I been to his office before?
It's a big open bullpen, and there is one room on the other side that is like sort of enclosed in glass, and it says Chief of Police Tact Hailstorm. And you are able to walk in. The blinds are down but not closed. And you walk in, you see a man in probably his 40s. He's wearing obviously a police outfit. He has a very impressive handlebar mustache, like slightly balding. He's got like the receding hairline, white hair that's kind of been slicked back. There is a hat sitting on the desk, and he, as you enter, he stands up and he sort of puts a hand out and says, I'm Captain Hailstorm. I'm sorry, your name was Cam something?
Camiel, you can call me Cam.
Right. Martha said you had a gift?
Absolutely, I do. And yeah, I'll go to shake his hand and I'll shake it real
Hearty.
hard.
There is a hearty, manly shake.
And then I'll go, I got this for you. Someone said that you like this.
Well, someone was right. And he's like, close the door. Come on in, Cam. Come on in. And he sits down at the desk, opens the drawer and puts it in there. Now, how can I help you, son?
Well, a friend and acquaintance and I have been tasked to look into the recent break-ins and murder and deaths in the town over the
Oh,
past 3 days, I believe.
you're not a PI, are you?
What's that?
A private investigator? One of those dick taps?
I am. Hmm. What constitutes a private investigator? I'm not sure if I am one or not. And I wouldn't
Are
want to
you
lie
gonna
to you.
get all up in my business and tell me how to do my job?
I would never tell you how to do your job. I don't know half of what your job entails. Why would I ever do that? I
I
just
like you,
want to
Kim.
know what's going on.
Well, all right. What exactly are you looking for? And why? What?
Whatever has caused these break-ins and deaths.
Well, it's clearly some sort of animal that's been getting into people's houses. What? I mean,
Interesting.
yes. There's just chaos in every scene. And of course, poor Miss Farah. She was clawed to death.
The information I had indicated that it was an enormous amount of small cuts.
Yes, that is very correct. You, now, I think I recognize you from the church. Is that correct?
I mean, he absolutely would. I always wear the same suit. I'm 6'6" and have long blonde hair, and my eyes literally sparkle with starlight. So
You look
I,
familiar.
I'm pretty sure I've seen you at the church before. Uh, what is your interest in all of this? Are you working with the paper or?
I am not at liberty to say who has contracted my friend, myself, and my associate to look into this.
I'm gonna have you roll to manipulate someone to get some information out of this man.
So mean. My friend, myself, and my associate. I love it.
Well, it's a pleasure to associate with you too.
All right. I'm not good at charm.
Let's
Just so
see.
everyone knows. Yep.
God.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
God. David, do you
I
want
will
to tell
go
me what
ahead.
you rolled?
I rolled a 1 on 2d6.
Uh-oh, indeed.
I think I'll go ahead and use a luck if there's not any kind of
That was
rule against.
impressive.
No, you are that isn't. I've never seen that before. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, go ahead and what is your luck move?
When you spin luck, you get word that your mission requires something difficult that must be done by you urgently.
Okie dokie.
Yes, God? Okay, sure. 1 minute.
Hello, God. It's me, Cam. Now I have to do the God voice again. Okay.
Hey, God, it's me, your boy.
I'm thinking I have a cell phone that you can contact me.
Yeah. Okay, so you roll a 12, and on a 12, to manipulate someone, they do it for the reason you give them. You're not asking too much at this point so far. So let's. He goes. You know, Cam, I like you. You seem like a straight up fella, and I've never heard anything bad about you. So I'll let you know what you want.
All right.
What do you want to know?
Well, I suppose if anything unusual stands out about the crime scenes or anything like that, actually, if I could just look at all the files you have.
With supervision.
Of
But
course,
I
you
don't
can
see
say
why
that.
that's a problem. And he starts to pull out the papers. It has been very strange over the past, and we don't have a lot of break-ins in this town. It is very, close-knit. Everyone here knows everybody else. But there weren't really any broken windows or, broken locks or anything like that. Most people don't necessarily lock their doors at night, but the places that we were going into, some of the homeowners said that they did lock their doors, and they said that the destruction that has been happening in the home was very fast. They heard the noises from the commotion, came down, and it was just a mess, as if someone had been there for hours just destroying things. So that is very strange.
And you said no broken windows or locks. The doors were open or shut?
Well, the doors were closed, but some did report hearing the door closed behind them.
So my
Whatever it
understanding
was.
is that you believe some kind of animal opened a door, went into a house, closed the door after themselves, killed a woman, trashed the place, opened the door, left, closed the door.
Well, the investigation has not concluded yet, but we are trying to figure out what is going on here.
All right. So I imagine this person being cut up as much as they were, there would have been a lot of blood everywhere, yes?
Well, yes, there was a lot of blood at that crime scene. Yes, it kind of went across the room back to the back door, and then there was a large pile in the living room. I mean, like the pool.
And the blood would have had the footprint of whatever animal had maimed this woman.
Well, that is a fair point. There were no footprints at the scene,
So the animal cleaned up their footprints.
or it didn't make footprints to begin with.
So it was a flying animal. Got it. Flying animal, opened the door, shut the door behind them.
Bats have been known in this region to be very large. And if it got in the chimney, then the door situation would not be a problem.
I believe the only kind of bats that could do something like this would be known as flying foxes. And to my knowledge, God never saw a need to put them in Wyoming. So I think we can safely rule bats out of the equation.
Well, again, the investigation. Did you have a better idea of what was going on?
Absolutely not. I just wanted to pick your brain about this stat.
Right. Okay. Well, yes, I don't particularly see anything. I will do. We are doing our best out here to figure out what's going on. It is a very strange situation, as you have pointed out. But we will. We are, we are the best and the brightest, is what we are, and we will solve this problem.
So
probably not before tonight. Well, is there anything else I can help you with, or are you going to insult me more?
I'm so sorry you feel I've insulted you. That was not my intention in any way.
Right. No, I just feel a little insignificant in this moment.
I can understand why you would feel that way. So.
The fucking sick burns that are coming out over here. I can't.
Cam, I honestly do think you need to start introducing yourself to people with "Be Not Afraid" as you drop sick burns after sick burns on them.
Yeah, so I just want to, I think, investigate a mystery by looking through all these crime scene photos.
Please do. So go ahead and roll plus sharp. That is a 7. What would you like to ask?
All right. Investigate a mystery. All right. What is being concealed here? I think. What am I missing?
Okay. So the facts that you have so far is it is a flying creature. You know from the reports that there are a lot of small marks on this body. You know that it is mischievous. in some way or another, because it is just trashing things for no reason. It doesn't seem like any of the other houses were missing anything. It just seems like that it was out for chaos. What you're missing is uh, a catalyst. Why now? Why here? Where do they come from? Where did this thing come from? And I think you as an investigator, like where it comes from will probably determine what it is. And then once I feel like as a DM, once you get all your information together, you guys can start determining what this thing is. Okie dokie?
All right.
Now, is there anything
Yeah.
else I can do for you?
You can enjoy that cognac. Have a great day, Jack.
I will do that. Thank you. If you want to stop by, well, I guess we have to be patrolling tonight. But after the fair, if you want to share some with me, I would very much enjoy that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Could I bring my friend and associate with me?
If you'd like, yeah.
All right.
All right.
Just leave.
Dustin and Jackie were meant to be they were going to meet on the edge of town near the forest. Cam, I assume, is going to go that way as well. And yeah, by the time Dustin walks over there, it's probably about 5 o'clock. You have about, I mean, with all the things that you guys have been doing, you're walking everywhere in a small town.
I was actually thinking
walks fast.
that after I leave the police station, like once I get out of view, I'm going to go over to the pastor and ask him for his car.
Okay. You can transport people with your power. You just have to roll for it.
Yeah, I don't want to get caught doing it. And I have to know.
And also, do not do that to me.
Okay.
I get airsick.
So,
or whatever it is you do sick.
You, as you're making, you flutter into the church, and as you make your way towards the priest's offices, you again feel sort of like you open a door, and all of a sudden you are in. All of a sudden, you are you see clouds before you in this room, and you hear a voice in your head of someone you know very well that is not your father. And you see, sort of leaning against one of the clouds, a brother of yours. He is, one would say, a string bean. He has sort of golden brown hair that looks so well coiffed that it's obviously godly. And he kind of looks to you and he says, "Hey,
Hi.
this is Gabriel.
Gabriel, so great to see you.
How's your mission going?"
Fantastic.
Good. I got word from Pops. He needs you to do something for him.
Absolutely.
So, this whole thing you're working on, pretty, it could get pretty messy, right?
Yes.
Okay. I need you to do something very urgently.
Of course.
I need you to find out where it came from, learn about it, so that later we can use it to get to where they're from, okay?
Got it.
Because we're going to go there. We're going to fuck some shit up, okay?
Absolutely. Sounds reasonable.
Okay.
Are angels allowed to curse?
Oh, yes. They invented it.
Ah.
Yeah, the commandments are for you guys.
Yeah, obviously.
Right? Not
I'm not beholden to nobody's laws. Let's get that one thing straight.
So, to be clear, I need you to.
Right. Find out what it is. Follow it home. Kill everything there.
If you can find a way to where its home is, that's all we need.
Oh, all right.
Okay?
Got it.
All right. Looking good, little bro.
Absolutely. Looking fantastic as always, Gabriel.
Kind of slicks his hair back. He does a full-on double finger gun. The door closes before you.
Unironically, I will return it.
Yes.
I hate and love all of this.
All right. And you grab the car from the priest, and you're going to go pick up Dusty.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I got my walking boots on.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to catch up, brother.
Yeah, Dusty has made it all of 5 feet outside of the hospital by the time you get there. Dusty.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Pardon
what
me.
what is the like? Has the color drained from your face? Like, what is going on mentally with you right now, seeing all these spectral spirits?
Honestly, he just feels like he's being really impolite. It's like, oh yeah, ghosts. Those are all, they're always around. Now I know I'm in their way, and I feel really bad about it.
Yeah, Cam, as Dusty gets in your car, you see that their pupils, but the rest of their eyes have just kind of gone milky white, and it does seem to be out of the norm for a human, I would say.
Are you okay, Dustin?
Who? Oh, hey Cam. Sorry, it's a whole thing. How have you been? How is France?
It was wonderful as always. I mean, it was. It was. It was a great afternoon there. I didn't stay long, of course.
Where's the nearest ghost?
The nearest ghost is standing directly behind Cam on the other side of the car. It is mangled beyond belief. Like, there is no arm. There's just gashes all over its body, and it kind of like bends down into the car window.
Yeah, no, it's been nice here too.
All right. Something seems wrong with you.
No, nothing's wrong.
You wouldn't lie to me, right, Dustin?
Me lie to you? Never. I don't think I've lied once in my life. I don't even know the definition of lying.
Well, sadly, I know that to be a lie. So,
What'd you get from tact?
well, I looked at crime scene photos.
Mhm.
I would say my number one takeaway is that he is a complete idiot. But
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you.
other than that, I would say that this
Great
thing
guy
is,
though, great guy.
absolutely fantastic. We'll have an invitation to share the cognac with him later tonight after the festival.
More of a whiskey guy myself, but yeah.
I can pick
Each
you
their
up
own.
some. Anyways, the creature flies, whatever it is. It's mischievous and things of that nature.
Okay.
I
Now,
think that we probably should focus on why it started this now and where it's coming from.
right. I think Jackie may have some information if we want to talk and drive.
Absolutely.
If we're not already
Or-
doing that.
I assume we were.
And you are.
Staring out the window wide-eyed at just other mangled bodies.
Yeah, Dusty, you see a lot of like native-looking people, people like like people from like the Revolutionary
yeah.
War area, yeah, and like a lot of like old-timey people, sort of just killed in the most like disturbing ways in the path of the car as the car drives through them, and they just kind of pass through.
He's like squirming in his seat not to go like through them. Like, just a little more to the left. Okay, we're good.
I think I'm probably just speeding like a demon. This is very. I hate how slow we're going. And
Well, Dustin can't drive, so he doesn't know how to.
I'm just going to chalk up your squirmish behavior to my reckless driving.
Of course. Now, I communed a little bit with the watch out, the body of Farah, and it's okay. Don't worry about it. That one was fast. It's fine. Don't worry. Now, it seemed like the cuts was happening simultaneously. I think there might be many of these things.
Ooh, that makes sense. Gabriel told me that we should follow this creature back to its lair so that it and its ilk can be properly disposed of.
Quick note. Gabriel the angel,
Yes,
is he as attractive as I imagine him?
probably, or more. I'm not sure how limited your imagination is as a human.
Limitless. Oop. Anyway, got slightly off topic there. We should confer all this information. I think we might be onto something.
All right. I am quite worried about you. As I've told you before, my mission is to protect you here, or a part of my mission.
Well, I ain't in any danger, so don't worry about it.
Sure.
Okay, thanks.
Is that what you're going to tell Jackie?
Nope. Are we there yet?
Yes, you arrive at the edge of the forest. You kind of park out behind Jank and Jethro's house, and you see, well, what is Jackie doing?
Jackie's just fucking around. They've kind of got like their hands in their pockets, and they're just sort of like muttering to themselves and just sort of like moving rhythmically around. And
Are you in
finally
human form?
yeah, they're in human form. But they just full on just like sometimes will run up a tree and then like, you know, do a flip just because they can. They also sing sometimes. They've got a nice tenor.
Are they completely covered head to foot in glitter?
Absolutely. Like pussycat was sitting out on my porch, do 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 hot pussy.
That is an actual song, Hot Pussy.
You arrive and you see this. What would you like to do?
Boy, Jack, you are just in your best bib and tucker, aren't you? What are you covered in?
I don't really know, but there sure was a lot of it in that house.
Okay.
It looked like a big pile of glitter when I was there.
Yeah, no, I think we're working with some pranksters here.
Interesting.
Just like some real chaotic things.
And
And like intentional too. Like there was a bucket of the stuff over a door.
Interesting.
I tried to dodge, but like it just got all over me.
Of
You
course.
were rolling in it. I saw you.
Jackie just like walks up to Cam and like shoulders into him and smears as much glitter on him as possible.
Now, as a side note, Jackie, I've got a great idea for a movie. Tagline is I see dead people, and a kid can see ghosts. And the one he's talking to the whole time was a ghost the whole time.
Oh, spoilers! You have to tell people that.
I mean,
you'll
you'll be able to get it from the trailer. Like it's pretty obvious from the beginning.
People are going to be real mad if you spoil that one for them. I'm just telling you ahead of time.
It's okay. It'll come out in 8 years, so it's fine. Anyway, I talked to a dead person, and now I see ghosts. I really hope it's not permanent. That one is very. Nope, sir. Just continue on your way. It's okay.
Where is he?
He's over by that tree. Oh, nope. He's got a noose around his neck.
Oh.
Just going to ignore that one. So we confer all of our information. Are you throwing glitter at the ghost?
No, I'm just moving my hands around trying to see if I can feel it.
All right. If someone can roll me investigate a mystery to kind of try and put all this stuff together.
Let's do it.
Let's
I'm great at
do
rolling.
it.
That's a 7.
That is a 7. If you guys both would like, you can help out, which is a plus cool roll. And you can give +1 to the roll itself.
I'm cool. I'll
You
help.
cool?
Well, like
that would-
both of them together can only get me up to 9, right?
That's true. So never mind.
And I-
Don't do that.
Was reading in this system, you can only get a +1 from it anyway, so we can't both help.
Yeesh.
Okay.
Just
yes,
reading
so-
the rules.
What
Some sort
question
of
would you
narc.
like to ask? What question would you like to ask, Tyler?
We already asked where did it go, right?
Correct.
Did we ask that? Okay. Where did it come from? Where did it go? Cotton Eye Joe.
I feel like there's a question on here that probably is going to fit what you want the most in this moment.
Oops. Never mind.
What do you mean? Where
By
was it go?
accident.
No, I know you. You're fine,
Okay.
dude. Hey DM, what question am I trying to ask here?
Well, you're trying to figure
Oh,
out
I
what
mean,
this
I
is,
wanna know-
right?
Yeah, I want to know what it is, but you were like, don't ask what sort of creature it is every time.
I said at the
I guess
beginning you can't ask that. I'm not going to tell. Oh, you can ask it. I'm
Okay.
just not going to tell you outright.
Well, I want to know what sort of creature it is.
Okie dokie.
I am thinking it's some sort of like fey pixie type deal.
And you know what? That pretty much fits. It checks all the boxes as to what you know. It's mischievous. It's flies, can turn
Mhm.
invisible, is
Yep.
small, runs in packs. Seems to fit
That's
the
a lot
bill.
of my boxes checked.
Yeah.
When's it available?
Well, the sun is setting so soon.
We've got one missing piece of the puzzle here, friend. What is its weakness?
Oh, rat.
Oh,
I
well, I
mean-
can kill anything.
Because it
So-
sure as heck ain't baseball bats.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I'm assuming we've
We've talked about that. We've explained that. I told you how horrified I was when she went like wide-eyed and got pulled in the back. That's straight out of that's going to be another one of my horror movies. So yeah, how is there any way we can find out what its weakness is other than just say, get him, Cam?
Well, good news. You have a fae with you. As Jax, if I may, wouldn't know. I just want to set the scene a little bit. The sun is setting. You can start to hear the fair noises going on in the distance. Jackie, you know what hurts you. You know that iron is definitely something that can that would do more harm than any other metal on this earth. Obviously, Cam's blade can cut through pretty much anything. But you do know, since you are from a different plane of existence, that you can be sent back. You can be dismissed, basically. And you assume that these things could be said for these other fey creatures. They could be, like, as far as your options as a group, I will say this. You have, there are moves like use magic where you can, like, contain a creature in a spot. That's great. There is also something called big magic, where if you want to use magic to, let's say, send a group of things back to where they came from, then you can do that as well. There are certain things that you need for that, and that's things that I have decided ahead of time as to like what you'll need to achieve this big magic.
You know, you took the words right out of my mouth because I was going to ask if I could do some big magic to banish these things.
Is Dustin aware of what the things that he needs?
No, you're aware. I'm a wizard.
Oh.
Ugh.
Back it in, folks. We did it.
Mm-hmm. So you know what? I'm gonna have you. I'm whoever is trying to figure out the best, because you're not doing any research to determine this. You are going off of like facts that you are assuming. I'm gonna have someone either. Well, actually, any one of you could do this. Act under pressure to see if you can come up with what would need to be done to banish these
I'm
creatures.
scrolling through my book of mysteries here. So we're all kind of in agreement. It's some sort of fey creature. And, Jackie, if you recall, when we first got to getting to know each other, you was hassling me all the time. And I just wanted to come up with a foolproof way to get rid of you. Thankfully, that never ended up being the case. I failed at that spell several times. But
It's not
from
that
that
easy.
experience, I think I might be able to come up with something. I'm gonna roll it. That's a 6. Hey, does anyone
You
want to
were
help?
always bad at that.
I can
spell.
help. I'll help.
Who wants to help out?
Do they
For a
also
help,
have to act under pressure, or just
they're
roll
gonna
plus
help.
cool?
Roll
I
plus
have
cool.
to make a plus cool. Yeah. Okay.
Who
Am I
wants to
able
be
to
cool?
also help?
Yes. It won't
Alright.
make a difference if
Could
one
I
or both of
possibly
you help.
harm?
Yes.
Did you just say, "Can I possibly"?
Would I?
So
could I
let's-
possibly
let's-
harm by trying to help?
Let's see what
If we
David
failed the-
rolls first. Yeah.
Help out. Mm.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Yes, you can absolutely try to help out in this
I have a
situation.
question.
On a miss. Go ahead.
Just how cool are you guys?
I
Are
have
you
a plus
cool?
one.
I'm a +1.
David,
Oh, we all
this
have plus one.
roll 20 is just fucking you over tonight for sure.
I will take this.
Okay, so mark an
Experience, though.
experience, yeah. On a
Mhm.
miss, you expose yourself to trouble or danger without helping.
Oh. I'll try to help.
I'm sure that'll come
Okay,
up later.
go ahead. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
That is a 7. On a 7, your help grants them +1, so that goes from a 6 to a 7 to the roll. But you also expose yourself to trouble or danger. Good news, trouble or danger's a coming.
Well,
It's the same trouble or danger.
I want to say the way that I help out here is that Dustin's flipping through his notes, and I just sort of like cough and uncrumple something and just sort of like slide it back into his book.
Yeah, I saw your
Oh.
plan. I took it.
That makes sense. You wily little.
I think my
Anyway.
attempt to help out is as it's getting dark, I just
Yeah,
hold
no.
my flaming sword up for light, so you can see better.
Jackie leans
That
in for a
is
kiss
fair.
and then just blows glitter in his face.
God, my house!
All right. So you know from your investigation as well as the help from your friend, this is going to take a little bit of time. It's going to take maybe about like a half an hour to set up. And with that, you're going to need help. You're going to need someone else to help you channel things. Or you could, which will expose them to danger, like it already has. And as you're flipping through this book, Dustin, you kind of like, you're like, okay, you're kind of gathering this information. And then you look up into the forest, and you kind of see a little bit of glowing in the distance. Do you bring the attention to anyone else?
Yes, and can I attempt to use some magic here?
In what way?
I want to bar a place to a specific type of creature. I want to
Okay.
bar the area where I'm doing my big magic.
Okay. I will say you can, but let me describe what's happening first.
Okay.
Uh,
I point and say, fellas, I think we've got company.
Cam, as you look over, and Jackie as well, Jackie, you recognize this blue light. You've seen it before as you have been summoned in such a blue light. There's probably a fairy circle out that way where these creatures have been coming through. And as you look up over there, both Cam and Jackie, you sort of hear this like fluttering. And Cam, with your beautiful, beautiful pale eyes, you see a wave of pixies coming for you. They are not necessarily trained upon you, but from this moment, they're going. And you might be able to surmise from this situation, they probably would attack you, but they seem to have a mission, and that mission is the town.
May I amend my bubble shield?
Yes.
I want to keep them in.
Okay.
I want the way I'm imagining it is I crack open my revolver, stick in my shot, and it's like a flare that I shoot up into the air, and it creates a bubble shield that encompasses all of these where I'm hoping all the fairies are.
Yes.
So that they're trapped in here with us.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna sit Cam on them while I get to work.
All right. Go ahead and roll to use magic.
I'm sure this can't go wrong. It's a 9.
Oh, it's a 9. Okay, so go ahead and choose a glitch.
I'll take harm.
Okay. Okay. There are a lot of them. So what I'm gonna say is, yes, it works imperfectly, which is part of the move. So what happens is this bubble goes off, and you see, Cam, as these pixies. By the way, I will describe them and reveal them to you because that's at least one of you can see them. And as the bubble goes off, the other two, they start to reveal themselves in shimmers. They look like itty bitty people who like thin little dancers who have sort of bark like skin. They're all wearing some sort of like head adornment that comes down into their wings, which is actually part of their body and not part of an outfit that they're wearing. They're all naked, but very Barbie-like, where there's no actual like bits. But there are about 100 of them. And as this bubble goes off, some of them veer off to the sides and are not contained in this. And as they go by, you see them sort of scrape against Dustin. And Dustin, you have like scratch marks kind of on your neck and face as they move by. And they're just giggling to shit. And they see the lights in the distance of the fair, and they're just like, there's probably about 20 of them that are just going.
Jackie, you're up. Get him. Cam, here. Say, protect me. Ghost, hold my book. Shit.
Okay. What would y'all like to do?
That's my plan.
I have my orders.
Oh shit,
All right.
Jackie, you're trapped. Well, it's a specific type of creature, so I specified the pixies and not just Fae in general.
Okay, that's fine.
Neil.
So you want to send Jackie after them and not Cam.
I feel like I need Cam with the greater number of them to protect.
You do have them contained.
That's up to Yin's.
Yeah, I will say you have them contained. That bubble has gone off, and they're on the other side of it. You can do your on this side, and you don't have to, because you didn't pick it doesn't go as long as possible.
Yeah.
you can do your thing here, and you are protected from them.
Oh, were you
Okay, cool.
imagining yourself inside the bubble with them?
Yeah.
Do you want to be inside the bubble with them?
No, if that's an
Okay.
option, absolutely not.
I mean, it's your spell, so it's
No,
up
your
to
plan
you.
made sense under those circumstances.
Yeah, let's do it. Cam,
I
get
was
him.
100% there with you. That's also what I had envisioned happening.
I was prepared to die by a million cuts, but that's just me in life in general. So, yeah,
I'm sorry,
they're
I
trapped.
assumed you wanted them trapped away from you, as like they're
That's
being
so
little
much
murder.
smarter.
Oh.
So, yes, Jackie
Okay.
helped me. Cam get the ones that got away, and Ghost hold book fails because Ghost.
All right, Cam, they are speeding off. You're
All
gonna
right,
have
I
to
will-
get back in the car, or
I
you can
will
vamp
appear in
back to
front of
town. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
No, Cam's like, all right, I got him. Gets in car. Then realizes, oh, this is dumb. Disappears from car, like car veers off and hits a tree.
All right. Let's do this, motherfuckers. All right, so Cam, you are you bamf in front of them. I would assume. Well, what would you like to do? I don't know. Do what
I'm
you
going to
like.
kick some ass.
Okay, why don't you do that? Go ahead and roll.
All right.
This is plus tough, which I assume you're pretty good at. Yep, +2. Oh, Bane's
Yeah.
a
There we
triple.
go.
Okay. You rolled?
Mm-hmm.
You rolled an 11. So on a 10 plus, choose one extra effect. So what happens in Monster of the Week during combat? I don't roll anything, so I can like impose things upon you. I can make you roll something, but I don't need to roll anything. So what happens is it's very narrative. You're trading blows back and forth. So anytime you hit them, they're gonna hit you unless you choose to suffer less harm. So, which is one of the options. So you can do one of these things on a 10 plus. You gain advantage, so +1 forward, or give it to another hunter. You're by yourself, so that doesn't really matter. You inflict terrible harm. You suffer less harm, or you force them where you want them.
I'm going to force them where I want them, which is away
Okay.
from town.
Okay. All right. So describe to me what you do.
I think I just appear in front of them with the sword out, and it just starts just emitting a huge amount of fire, and I just start taking these huge fiery swings at them.
Okay. All right. So how much harm does your sword do?
It does 3.
3 harm. Okay.
Holy crap.
Yep. And that goes, it is a holy blade, so it cuts through their armor. As you do this, they are going to sort of, they get pushed back, but not before they're able to rake their claws into you with a strength that you are not, like, they're little things, but they do really cut into you, and you're going to take 3 harm. If you have any armor,
I do. I have divine armor. It is
Okay.
holy. I don't know what that does for me.
That probably
they're
means
not.
it's got too many weaknesses. It's got holes in it.
They are not demonic in nature, so that doesn't make. They're not weak to that sort of thing. So.
All right. So you said 3 harm, so I take 2 since I have 1 armor?
Yes.
Okay.
If you get more than 4 harm, as you can see on your character sheets, I'm sure you've read the rules because you are a maniac and I love you, but you become unstable, which means that you have to, it becomes very difficult to heal it. It's not just like you can put a Band-Aid on it, and over time you will continue to move down the track. So if somebody shoots you in the shoulder and it does 5 harm to you, then you're going to be bleeding out. It's going to do harm over time. So right now you're at 2. That won't happen until 4. So these creatures boy, do they want to get to town. They want to get to those lights. So I am going to have you act under pressure. to try and keep them. Actually, no. I've changed my mind. These creatures are going to turn invisible. So I am going to have you act under pressure to determine where they are for your next blow. Okay?
Okay.
Let's go ahead and roll me that.
Is this within like view of us, or are they just like a couple like football fields away, or?
They're probably about 100 yards. They're about a football field away. All right, so that's an 8. Which is a 7 to 9. Keeper is going to give you a worse outcome. So you can grab the majority of them. Okay. Give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. Okay. So you can either stand your ground and get the majority of them, or continue to move down with them, like can move in front of them, but you'll lose some of your, like you'll lose to where they are. You kind of get a sense of the sounds as you're, you've been around for a while, so that your divine ability allows you to kind of like sense where they are, but some of them have moved off in a way that you can't get all of them. So you can either stand here and kill the majority of them with your, your next attack. You know that, it's easier to take some out. They're going to die. Or you can move back and kind of get a loss of where they are specifically.
Okay. I mean, either way, I lose them. So I think I'm just gonna kill the ones I can now.
Okay.
I'll try and find the rest later.
Okay, cool. So go ahead and do your, if you'd like, go ahead and kick some more ass.
Mm-hmm.
Now, question for me. I know I'm
Yeah.
kind of in the middle of casting or getting the big magic ready.
Yeah.
But I'm one to overextend. Ooh, that's bad.
I'm gonna use a
You
luck.
got what? That was a 4, by the way.
That was a 4.
Sorry, Tyler, go ahead.
You've rolled double ones again. This is like the second or third time you've
Mhm.
rolled double ones. That's
Mhm.
impressive. Proud of you. So one of my attack spells is to put up a barrier, a wall of lightning.
Yes.
I can see that he's dealing with them, and I want to help as much as I can. Am I able to use that here? Now,
you can, but
well, I don't think I can because it is close. I think I can only use
that's
it on
one
myself.
of the tags. Okay,
Yeah.
so you can, however, you have to get there, which means you are gonna stop doing what you're doing.
This sounds like somebody with super speed. Sorry, it sounds like a job for someone with super speed. Can I help him? I'd love to help him.
Boy, he's gonna use. I'm sorry. Cam's gonna use a luck.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm keeping that in my back pocket, but yeah, I'm doing the spell.
Okay. So you're using a luck, so that is a 12, which means you get to do one extra thing.
I will do the one less harm. So
Okay.
I don't break into 4.
Perfect. So yes, you take the one harm, and as you slice through this group, you destroy. Well, you can't see them, but you see the bodies falling to the ground and turning to ash. These little itty bitty pixies, as your blade slices through the air, the ashes of these things burn up around you, and you don't hear any near you anymore. But you do know that some got away. And boy, your thing is a very big thing, isn't it? Your luck.
Hey, it's
okay.
God. Remember how
Hey.
you're really fucking this up? I really need you not to.
So, what's going to happen is as you cut through these things and you kind of look back, you're about to bamf in front of the ones that you assume where they're going. you see the air around you sort of rip apart, and you see Gabriel peek his head out, and he says, "Hey, I told you to go get that thing. You need to go get it right now, before it goes away. If all of these creatures are banished, then you're not going to see where they're coming from. You need to go. Go to the circle. Okay, bro?"
Got it.
And then he peeks his head back in and soups up. So he is asking you to go, I mean, in layman's terms, he's asking you to go to the fairy circle to document it so that you can, and let these fairies go.
All right.
Tag me
Yeah.
in.
I will
Tag me
appear
in.
in front of Jackie and be like, "Got new orders. You got to chase the ones I missed," and it just disappeared.
Jackie is helping get
Oh,
out things
I
for Dustin
will
and
give-
almost drops whatever they're holding.
I will give Jackie my sword.
Can you do that?
Yeah, my weapon hurts everything, and I hurt everything, so I can just punch things for 2 damage.
My God.
Oh,
Not your God, my God.
too much
All
power
right.
for Jackie.
All
All
right,
right, Jackie,
We're
you got
never
this.
getting this back.
Cam, you begin to make your way around this bubble. I assume. Do you want to go through the bubble of
I'll
little daggers?
disappear on the other side of the bubble. I'm sure I've been
Fair.
over there before.
Fair. Okay, it's going to take you a little bit to map this fey circle. You see that there are runes painted in blood on little rocks. I mean, maybe you have an eidetic memory, but it's going to take you a moment to to look at all of these things. While Dustin and Jackie are going to use some big magic. All right, you got to do this. So
Well, I mean, Jackie's off to get the other ones, so it's just me, buddy.
I helped him
you
with the
need an
setup.
extra. You need an extra person to do this.
I've also got super speed.
That's true. So you got, you've been fighting for a little bit,
Can I
but you
hold
still have
this?
about 15 minutes of setup here. As these, a few of these are getting, and there's not that many of them. Who are you calling and on what?
Hey,
You're
Brandy.
You're telling me Dustin owns a cell phone in 1991?
You said cell phones are things.
They are a thing, but I
He
It's
assume
not a
doesn't
cell
have a
phone, it's a
car.
magic cell phone.
Okay, I questioned that he would even have a landline at the beginning of this.
I mean,
He just picks up a
okay.
squirrel. Hey,
he just
Brandy.
pokes a squirrel's belly. This is a phone now.
Okay. Dustin has a phone, that's fine.
She gave him her number.
Okay,
You expect him not to use it?
it's fine. Yes, you call Brandy. Hello? It seems like she's like stepping out there. I'm sorry. Hello?
Brandy, it's Dustin Fleetwood.
Oh,
remember?
hello. Hey, yes. What's up?
Hey, I got the story of the century. Can you meet me out past Jethro's house in the next 15 minutes by the woods?
I mean, yeah, it might take me more than 15 minutes to get out there, but I'll try.
Yeah, it can't take you more than 15 minutes. You need to speed. Approved.
Is something wrong? What's going on?
I just need like one hand, maybe two. And you've got two, right? Yeah, you got two. I need your help.
All
Quick help.
right. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, I'll be
love
there.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
He said, I love you? I'm his mom? Goes to her car. Okay, so you are going to wait for Jackie to get there. But explain your plan.
Well, Jackie's gonna go fight the remaining pixies.
Mm-hmm.
I've still got like prep work to do. I'm drawing,
Mhm.
I don't know, like 10 pentagrams or something.
Okay.
Sure.
And-
I've spent like the first half of this fight helping him with it.
Yeah.
So like he's got a jump start.
Okay. So what I will
I
say
tutored
is,
him through summer, and now he's jump starting into
Okay.
school.
so how this is going to play out Jackie, you're gonna run into town, and Dustin
With a flaming sword.
with a flaming sword as a jackalope. Dustin, you are gonna. By the time you are ready to cast this spell, Brandy will get there. You're gonna have to. Yeah, you're gonna. She's gonna help you do this. And at that point, Cam is going to be done mapping things. Okay.
How many times we can split the party in one session? Like,
girl, fucking, it's fine.
I only want to split the party. This is why you should never have me at your table, because I will find a reason to split the party. I am
fine.
Freddy, and we are going to split up, gang.
Okay.
I have got a plan for how to deal with these pixies, okay?
Okay. Is it with the sword?
The sword may or may not be involved.
Okay.
But there's some setup.
Okay. Please go on.
I'm gonna run in the direction that I think the pixies went.
Okay.
And I imagine that the way that this plays out, like Jackie is in like a hybrid form at this point.
Yeah.
They're, like humanoid enough to be able to carry the sword around, but they've also got like the antlers and the horns. Well, the antlers and the ears. Sorry. And then they like stop in the middle of like a four-way intersection, I imagine. And they like sit there for a second and kind of like twitch their nose and their ears, turn this way and that. And they're trying to like determine where the pixies are. And if I'm successful in this, then I'm going to do something.
Okay, yeah, no, you know that they're heading into town. That you know that they're heading towards the fair.
Do I know exactly? Can I like determine their exact position?
I feel like as a fae, you can probably pinpoint them.
Okay.
Like their ability to turn invisible. I mean, you fucked with fae magic before.
I throw a pocket full of glitter at them.
Okay, go ahead and roll an act under pressure for me, please. This is brilliant.
This is gonna be the one part where I fail. Okay, let's do this.
Be cool, man. Be cool.
Oh
my god!
What'd you do today?
I got a 12, baby! That's 12 glitter roll!
All right, Danae, you run so fast that you get in front of them. You are at the edge of the fairgrounds. You're like right behind the funnel cake booth. And as you like stop, your nose twitches, your ears twitch. Like a blind monk, you take a hand into your fur and just throw it forward and connect with the 7 pixies in front of you. And they're kind of, you can see them rearing back. They are just covered in the tiny pixels of glitter that have now covered them, and it will never come off because they have bark skin and it is in there.
I want to reach out and grab one and put it in my pocket.
Okay.
And then swing my sword at the rest of them.
All right. We will resolve this in just a moment. I want to get to the magic. All right. All right. So Brandy arrives as Cam
Brandy,
is
hold
coming.
this.
All right. Oh, sorry. What are we doing? Is this demonic? Wait, are you a Satanist?
No. Okay, first of all, I resent that because Satanists are a lot better at this than I am. Second of all, this is kind of in the mid-ground between holy and unholy, so it's totally fine. Third of all, that there is shield charm. If anything comes at you, you're not going to see it, so don't worry, but it will protect you.
What? And at this moment, Cam bamps back from their adventure, and Brand just...
You know, Cam, I need you to do this, and I say some mumbo jumbo, and
all right,
get ready to cast big magic.
Okie dokie. All right. Brandy's very confused, but she is here for it. Why don't you go ahead and roll me a plus weird as you use a big magic to sort of send all of these creatures in front of you back to the hellscape which they came. Hell yeah, it is. All right. On a
Oh my.
13. This is good. This is good. Okay. So same as use magic, you get it. It works. It absolutely works. What does it look like?
Boy. So like banishing is a whole hairy deal. First of all, you need to contain them. Step one, complete. Next, you need a catalyst to send them where they're going. And next, you got to aim for where they're going. So, like a fairground game where there's ducks moving across a thing, he pulls out his pistol, infuses it with magic, which essentially means he's got infinite ammo at this point, takes aim at the 100 moving fairies, and now with as the magic like lights them up like they're just ducks moving across the screen, and starts fanning the hammer. Against what, like 80 something fairies?
Yes. As you do this, the cacophony of sound that has emerged from your gun going off 80 times. I'm going to say you probably do it about like 8 times and you just get like 10 at a time.
Yeah. Just
yeah. Brandy is holding, like she's going through the motions. She's just following
there's
what
like
you
a
told her.
spectral thing where she's got to like turn the machine.
And as the last of these fairies fade off into the ether, they go back to the realm of the Fae. She just pulls like her hands back towards herself, gently places whatever it is you handed her on the ground, becomes verklempt, and sort of just kind of like looks at you, looks at Cam, looks at the ground, and like starts like talking to herself and walking. Like she needs to process what just happened. She's walking off into the distance for a second.
I want to try and use magic on her.
Do it. What are you doing?
I'm trying to make her forget that she saw any of this, since no one's allowed to know about monsters or anything.
That is fair. That is something that you were told to do. All right, so go ahead and roll plus weird.
All right.
Roll 20. Please don't fuck David in this moment. Okay, so that is it works imperfectly. It does work. Choose an effect and a glitch. Your effect is that she is gonna forget what she just saw.
Mm-hmm.
What is your glitch, my dear?
Let me pull up use magic.
The effect is weakened. The effect is a short duration. You take harm, ignore armor. The magic draws immediate unwelcome attention, or it is a problematic side effect.
Problematic side effect.
God, okay. All right. So, you...
I don't care what happens to Brandy.
It's not for her, honey.
That's
oh, no. Okay, so she kind of, like, stops. You feel the magic take... What does your magic look like, just real quick?
I think it's just like I kind of catch up to her and put my hand on her shoulder, and there's just like a blinding heavenly light.
Yeah.
Subsides.
Yeah, and she kind of looks up at you, and she's like, "Oh, wait, what am I doing here?"
Brandy, darling, I think it's time you head to the fair. You're going to be late.
Oh my gosh, you're so right. I'm so sorry. I'll see y'all there. And she sort of like,
absolutely.
hurries off. Yeah, and Cam, as you turn back to look at your friends,
friend, acquaintance isn't here.
Yeah, right, exactly. Your friend. You don't recognize him.
Who are you again?
Cam?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know who I am?
Absolutely not. I'm happy to meet you, though.
Me too. Jeremiah Weed. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I feel like you must be lying to me. That is a ridiculous name that no one would ever have.
I assure you, I ain't never lied in my life.
Well, if you could kindly direct me towards an individual named Dustin Fleetwood, I have to protect him.
Right. You know what? The name strikes a bell. No idea who that is, though. You know what? If you find him, just come let me know.
Absolutely.
Well, it was a pleasure to meet you, Cam.
What was your fake name that you told me?
Jeremiah Weed.
Jeremiah. Glad to meet you. I
That
hope
is
hell is
definitely
not
a type
too
of
hot.
alcohol. Well,
All
if I
right.
believed in hell.
All right, we're gonna go back to Jackie. Jackie, you're gonna attack these fairies. You're gonna try and kill the rest of them. Let's go, girl. Why don't you roll to kick some ass?
What the hell does this sword do?
Well,
It
you'll find out.
kills.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's a 9.
That is a 9. So on a 9, you inflict harm upon them, and let's see, do whatever you find you harm. You harm each other. Okay. So David, what are the tags on this?
It is 3 damage, hand and holy, I believe. Let me look at my good sheet.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, so 3 is enough to take out 7 of these 6 of these bastards, since you pocketed one of them. And your
That's my
blade
friend.
Your blade slices through them, but as it does, the fire. I'm gonna say the fire from this blade that you are wielding begins to singe your hands and burns your fingers, and you're gonna take 3 harm from that. If you have any armor, it does not. It does not go through your armor.
I take 3 harm?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm okay. I want to say that Jackie goes, "Ow!" and like it just flies out of their hand, and you just hear it go. Runs after it.
You are able to run and grab this thing. You have a Fae in your pocket. Is there a plan for this?
Yeah, somewhat, maybe. Who knows?
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, you have banished or killed all of these Fae, or you have one entrapped in your pocket. How would you guys like to round this out?
I'm gonna come back to my friends, still half transformed into a jackalope with the sword over my shoulder. Does Cam recognize Jackie?
Cam does recognize Jackie.
Hey, Cam?
Hey, have you seen Dustin anywhere?
Is Dustin
I can't seem to find him.
Is Dustin right behind him? Haven't seen him.
All right. There's some idiot over here lying about his name. So
I'm sure that's unrelated. Jackie hands Cam his sword back, and then reaches into their pocket and says, "I got you something," and just sort of like slaps it into his hand.
You pass off a fairy, a pixie. You have a very small being that is very confused and disoriented in your hand. It has sort of like moth-like wings coming off of it, and it's very, again, twig-like, and it's like kind of staggering and trying to like find purchase upon your hand.
is it my hand?
It's coated in glitter.
Why did you give me this?
I don't know. I thought you had like some sort of quest for those or something. God, you try to do one nice thing.
I did it. I appreciate it. Thanks. Absolutely. I'm glad you were thinking about it. Let me just double check with Gabriel that we don't need this one. And I'm going to disappear to Gabriel.
You return to heaven,
Very
and
quick, my name's Jeremiah Weed. I am a traveling salesman. I always wanted to be a traveling salesman.
you get to heaven. Gabriel says, "No, we don't need that." Squishes it in his hand, and you're able to go back to Earth.
I was gonna squish it in mine, but all right. So- all right. Yeah. I'll try and appear in front of Dustin and just not pick up that it's. I'll just.
I'm gonna
Jeremiah?
say this fades right about now.
Oh, Dustin.
And my favorite.
Hey.
Hey, Cam, how's it going, buddy?
Sorry for calling you an idiot earlier. I would never have
That's-
said that if I'd known it was you that was listening to me.
That means so much to me. Thank you, bud. Are there any of them things left? Anybody? No?
I
I'm
just
sorry,
don't
no,
think so.
No, you're good.
Possibly my dad? All right. Well, I think we got a job well done. I can't, I mean, we ain't gonna get paid by nobody.
Really need to figure out how to monetize this.
I mean, I can. Are you running short on money, Dustin? I can get you some.
Let's discuss that later.
And as we fade out on this scene, is there anything else anyone
Always wanted
wants
to
to
steal
say
from God.
before?
Just, I don't do the things that I do for money. You know, just for the experience of the thing. I mean, think of the eroticism of a rainstorm, the clap of thunder, the rustle of the leaves, steam rising off of the warm pavement.
And as you
Jackie's
say
saying
that,
this.
Jackie, do you want to take this back to the cabin?
I'm just be like, keep it to yourself, perv.
as you say this, the camera
There's
pans
like
back.
Yeah, a slow pan.
The fireworks begin to go off above the bicentennial of the town that you have just saved from a massive pixie attack. And we fade out into the darkness of the town, enjoying none the wiser as to what just happened as we conclude the mystery of our dear friends. In the small town, big problems, one shot. So thank you guys so much for playing with me tonight. Yay! Well, you
Friends
solved
and
that fast.
acquaintances.
Yes, friends and acquaintances. Let's go around and have everyone say, normally in a Monster of the Week game, you do end the session stuff, but we're already over, and we might play these characters again, we might not. I'll probably give you advances if we do anyways. So let's go around and have everyone say where people can find you, what you do, starting with David, of course. So go ahead.
Yeah, you find me here on Tuesday nights. Yeah.
Okay. Where we either play the Burbs, which is our not Call of Cthulhu, but is Savage World game, or we play our Masks game, which includes the rest of this wonderful cast, including Miss Vankiner, vankiner.com.
Hey, that's me. This Sunday over on Indoor Adventures, we're going to be doing the last episode of Rime of the Frost Maiden, for real this time, knock on wood. So go and check that out. And that's it for me.
All right, of course, last but not least, our lovely Tyler.
Hey guys, Tyler at Frothy Inferno on Twitter. As mentioned, I'll be here on Tuesdays for Mass for a little bit, and otherwise you may find me guesting on either G Game Nights or Indoor Adventures stream.
Or LB Hack 'em Up.
Oh yeah, we're gonna play games this week, right?
Yes, we're gonna play Dead by Daylight on Friday. They don't have their new patch out yet, but there's some new content that I want to talk about, so I'm excited about that. I'm LB Hackham Up. You can find me at LB Hackham Up on the Twitters and the Twitches. Next time I'm gonna be live is on Friday night with Tyler and Lauren, and maybe some others. We're gonna be playing some Dead by Daylight because I haven't been able to play it in so long, and I want to play it so bad. But the next time this channel is going to be live is on Thursday night, where they're going to be doing a wonderful little short series in place of Elegant Magics with the same cast but different setting. Val's going to be running that. It's going to be great. But I guess I don't do my normal sign off on this channel. But so until next time, good night, Internet.
Okay, I love you. Bye bye.